Okay. Of course, we have to have a little bit of technology issues, but we can zoom in with this. This will be up on YouTube. We'll piece it together later. We are just off the port end of the line. I know it's very jiggly because it's zoomed in, guys. Sorry, doing our best here. Okay, the bottom of the fleet, 125 to leeward of everybody. Above him is 104, above him is 133, 135. Most of the money is up at the boat end. But after two general recalls, we're headed to our next one. The whole fleet's going, and it's general recall number 3. General recall number 3.
Bunch of eager beavers.
Well, we're not missing anything except a lot of crazy starts. All right, we'll come back for the next one. We were pretty certain we heard 2 guns. Let's go upwind, Peter. Yeah. Okay. A little faster. Let's actually, don't worry about him. Let's just get up there so we can video. Upwind underneath the fleet. We're gonna get right up underneath the fleet like we did earlier. Don't worry about him, just get up past him.
Well, I got this guy
That's okay.
coming in.
Just drive up. Just drive. You're fine. Just drive up. You're good. Just go straight. Okay. The fleet has condensed. Just keep it upwind, Peter. They'll go past us. Okay, here's how the first weather leg is starting out. Fine. Over here to the left is Carl Frederick Joyce in 120. He's far in. He's going to have to go all the way to the wall. Above him is 135. Above them is 105, no, excuse me, not one, it was 125 Steve Taft and 135. Okay, now turn and go out. Yep. You're not going to turn and go in. Okay. Above them is 116. Way up there, 130. Next boats that are close to being the lead is again 47, which I believe is Henrik. And 140, 1140, which is actually boat 103. That's Jon Perkins. He's tacking out now, avoiding the soup. The wind is light inside up there. There will be 2 boats that come out of it well, 3 boats maybe. Carl Frederick Joyce appears to have gotten out pretty well. Okay, let me zoom out of it here. See more of the fleet. They're first, maybe got, most boats maybe have at least 1 more tack before they can get around the point there. Okay, 123 comes in on starboard. It's going to force a whole bunch of boats to go back. Smart move. Now he's tacking back after he pinged some of his competitors into the fleet. 47 has a bad tack, and it's going to get messy inside. Stop the boat, Peter. There are a lot of boats in there, and it crammed into a very small area. There's 1 boat coming in on starboard, and all those boats are responsible for giving him room. That's 711. I believe that's Charlie Griffith in the dark blue boat, 50-50. He started out on the right end of the line. Now way out on the right side of the fleet, Chris Perkins was mid-fleet and kind of deep. He tacked right away after the start, and he's looking pretty good. 127 is the sail number, but I can't tell which boat that is. That might be 138, maybe. Looks like it. Okay, so in terms of who's winning. Okay, first place is done. It's all. Second place is Chris Perkins. Coming around in third, 135. followed by, 116. We're way backwards. Sorry, guys. And the guys on 17 are bringing up the rear.
And they're off to finish into the horizon. That was the fenders.
No.
What was it?
Oh, the door closed.
Which is good.
Well, no, let's be closed.
But you didn't close it earlier, I don't think.
So, no cabin. Pretty boat.
No maintenance. Maintenance. Everything can work. No
No, it's okay. Sliding down in the. Okay. Here we are. We've got Chris Perkins and Don Nizal. Don is in first. Chris is in second. They split gates. Chris was to leeward of him coming down the line. As expected, Chris is going to tack.
Is the red light on?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to flop around in the boat here. Sorry for the flop around, trying to get the hat back on correctly so we don't lose it, or the camera, more importantly than the hat. Okay. Right hand turn, please. Next around the starboard gate, the inland gate is 128. Going around the outside, I can't tell with the viewfinder. It's all right. Just use your imagination. You can see this is going to be quite a cluster of a rounding. Right turn, please. Now, this has paid off big time for Chris Perkins. He went around the right gate and got big breeze out there. He is charging along and may, at this point, looks like he has overtaken Don Nizal in 85. Don is now tacking. He has conceded first place and is making his way back out. That is a big lead change right there. Okay, coming back here, rest of the fleet. The next leaders in the group in order. So here's the current order. It goes 140, Chris Perkins, then Don Nizal. 128, I think, is that Anders or Henrik? I can't believe, sorry. Next would be 116. After that is 1140. Next comes 102, that's Knut Wiebro. He's moved up to about 6th place. He's coming back on starboard after sailing upwind from the left gate for a little while. That is the smart move right here. You want to get inside because the breeze is good, the getting is good. Okay, behind Knut, probably the next boat is going to be 114, followed by 122. The next boat after them is the other side of 122 and a ways out there. You got a blue boat, number 143. Narcissus is the name of the boat. The other side of him is 47. 47 would be ahead of them. That's the Kraken, Risley Sam's boat. At the moment, I'm really not good at who's who in this zoo because we're following so many different boats here. Coming up next, you'd have 71. Way off in the distance, you've got, I think, 125. Next would be 132, followed by 120. 99 is way far outside. I believe that might be Jon Perkins. Wow. 104 would be next, followed by 115. You got these three guys coming up behind you, just so you're aware of them. There's one boat way out there. I think that's Larry Drew in 111. Sorry guys, not used to this camera. 130 is, I think, Brent Crawford. 133 is Risley Sam's. And last place is 142. Okay, slow pan here, right to left. Just kind of see where everybody's at. Boy, gorgeous day on the bay. Most boats are just sort of in the weaker tide here, but the guys that went out to the right ended up picking up some really good breeze that the guys inside below the breakwater to the harbor just did not get. That's what cost Don Nizal in 85. It did not pay off in the end to go to that inner buoy on the gate. All right, good. Yes. Now, just hang out here for a bit. We'll go set up at the end. Okay, here's the fleet. You've got, once again, Chris Perkins in the lead, just above Don Nizal. Okay, some wind in the microphone here. I'm trying to get a better view and be a little more stable for this one. That's Chris Perkins and Don Nizal. Don is in 85, Chris is in the Easter egg, 140. Just to weather to him of him about a boat length. Don has been footing off a little bit, trying to stay out from underneath him. We just can't do this with the boat turning, I guess. Sorry guys, it's just so hard to keep this thing steady in the boat. Out. It's just too hard if we're zoomed in. Okay, Chris tacked, Don tacked. Next nearest boat is 128. It looks like 128 is ducking 85. They've sailed out pretty far into the flood to get there. And now they've got to pay the piper and get back inside. They're far enough ahead, there's really no danger of anybody coming back in and getting them. They are pretty far from the ley line here. At least 10 to 12 boat lengths, I would imagine. Now, Don is almost close enough, he could prevent Chris from tacking onto port and getting on the ley line. Okay, Chris Perkins will tack to port. It looks like he's very close. He is over Don Nizal. He must have gotten lifted. Don's been sailing with his main eased out a bit. Okay, let's make the left-hand turn here. We're going to miss the fleet. Here's one of our sponsor boats. Hinckley, one of the title sponsors of the event. Okay, here is our rounding order. In first is 140. Second is 85. Third is 128, I think. Go ahead and get us down there a little bit. You can just turn left. You can always put it in reverse to keep our stern into the waves. Next is 116, Winter's Moon, owned by Brian Chemnitzer from the San Francisco Yacht Club. Though he is not sailing it today, I'll bet he wishes he was. Very tight rounding with the fleet here. You're good, Peter. Just coast. Okay. The weather boat, normally known as 103, but it has someone's spare main on it. White boat with the green bottom, very fast. That is number 1140. I think that is Jon Perkins, who has done a nice job of climbing back into the running in this fleet. That would put him into 5th. Next is 135. The weather boat here, 102, is Canute-Webro. 143 is next. So Canute is in 8th place. They're trying to bear off and jibe, but it looks like they're going to head out a little ways. It's a tough spot to be in. You're the outside in the pinwheel. 47 is going to do a quick jibe here inside. Next comes 122. Here comes the next train. 123. Which I think is Johan Vida. Can't quite tell. Next is 125. That's Steve Taft. So we're into the mid-fleet guys here. Much better race than last one for Steve. Next comes Peerless, which is technically 128, but they have a 127 mainsail on it for some reason. Off a spare boat, followed by 111, Larry Drew. It's been a good bit better than his last race. Followed by 99, 132. Ever so convenient. 711 is Charlie Griffith. Next boat is 114. I believe that might be Tom Carlson. I don't quite remember. No, I think that's Morten Helda Hagerud. Next, having a really rough start to his regatta is Lars Godfredsen in 115. Next comes 130, which I believe is Risley Sams. Can you just put it in neutral? Neutral and get us downwind.
That's Brent Crawford, 130.
Brent Crawford, 130. Let's go forward a little bit. See if we can get us closer to these last guys. Okay, there is some tactifying going on here. I'll zoom in a moment after we see who's coming around. There's 17. We know there's wind in this microphone. Sorry, kids. Next comes 133. I think that's Risley Sams. And bringing up the rear, 142. Okay, here's the tactifying going on. There's two boats that are trying to do something special. They're looking for stronger flood outside. Go left, please. We want to stay outside the fleet. Thank you. He's on his learner's permit. Okay, 120 is Carl Frederick Joyce. Sorry for moving around here. He's outside. The next boat that's the furthest outside down there is Larry Drew. There's Canute in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th. Nice job, Canute. In 9th is 143. 10th is 11th is 138. That is Terry Enderlini. That's Big Brooks sitting on the rail. 122. Really strong showing in the last race here. He's a little bit deeper as this thing will do to you. So 123 followed by 125 Steve Taft. Followed by Charlie Griffith in 711, the 50-50. Next comes 132, who looks like they're starting to yell for some room there. Followed by 99, 104.
He wants us out of here.
Neutral. Yeah, it's recording. Okay, here we are. We're on the finish line. Race 2. Coming in
We're in their way.
once. No, you're fine. Let them go behind you. Just go. Stick it in gear. Stay forward. Okay, 116. All these guys are just going to go cruising behind you. Hard left. Give a little juice if you need it. Okay, stop. Okay. 1140, 143. Next one's going to be 114. That's Tom Carlson sneaking in just ahead of Canute Webro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Canute gets a 7 out of that. 135 flying a protest flag. They will beat 47. Next will be 122. Just put it in neutral, let the boat drift back. We're way far up here. They can sail around behind us. Okay, we got a nice big overlap coming in here. No, you're fine. Just
It's gonna spin.
I know. Then just let the stern go into the wind. Okay. That order went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 5. Here comes a nice finish coming in here. Whoop. That's 111. Oh, that's Larry Drew on the outside. He's further back. Here comes 132. That there is, you're going to stick it in reverse and spin the stern up. Okay, now comes 99 with Chris Kelly. Next boat over there is 104. 133. The next boat to finish, having a really rough day in a fast boat, is 115. Next comes Carl Frederick Joyce in 120. You're good, you're fine. Next is 133. And we got a 2-boat race surfing in here, just got a big puff. Oh, someone's not going to be the loser of the May today.
Amazing. caught that wave. Makes all the difference.
And that's 142 sneaks in ahead of, well, usually I think the true name of the boat is 139, but I can't see the sail number, it's 17. All right, well, that wraps up today. This is end of race 2 for the 2016 IKCs.